My name is Amelia. I married Mark 2 years ago and became the mother of his daughter, Michelle. Recently, our son George was born, and I thought we were happy. But things were taking a turn for the worst. When I returned home from George's 1-month checkup, I found that the front door wouldn't open. What? You're back already? No matter how hard you try, it won't open. Dad had the locks changed while you were out. Wait, Michelle! Why are you joking about this? Please open the door. George is fussing, and I have a lot of stuff with me. Hey, you're being noisy. Think about the neighbors. Mark! What's with that tone? Please, just open the door. If you're worried about disturbing the neighbors, then just let us in. That's not possible anymore. This is no longer your house. Your belongings are out in the yard. Take them and leave immediately. Wait, this has to be a joke, right? Why is this happening all of a sudden? Are you saying this is because of me or George? You got it. The reason you two are being kicked out is because of the babies crying at night. It's annoying. Now that you know, can you just leave? You're a nuisance. That's right. The locks are changed. You two can live on the streets. And here, a divorce paper. I'll submit it right away. All you need to do is to agree the divorce and wait for the notice. Though, I doubt you two can survive on your own. Please, this has to be a joke, right? George was just born. We just talked about living happily together as a family of 4. George is our child, right? And Michelle is important to me too. You really want to tear apart our family? Excuse me? What are you misunderstanding? My family is only Michelle. You two are different. What do you mean? I never intended to have a child with you in the first place. My love was always meant for Michelle. Look at her classmates. There's no girl as cute as Michelle, right? That's why, when you told me you were pregnant, I was actually upset. Oh, and how did I explain Michelle's mother's absence? You said she passed away due to illness when Michelle was 4. So, you've been taking care of her alone since then. You said you were happy to have met me, told me so many times. Yeah, that's right, I said something like that. That was all a lie. Michelle's mother wasn't sick, I kicked her out. That's awful. How could you do something so terrible? Are you even human? A parent? You laughed and seemed happy when I was pregnant and when George was born. Were you mocking me, thinking how I was still being deceived? Who knows? It's up to you after all, isn't it? Weren't you happy with me and Michelle for those 2 years? Didn't you feel like the happiest person in the world when George was born? Who gave you that happiness? It was me, standing right in front of you. I let you live in a dream, even for a moment. Isn't it cruel to make me the villain now? That means nothing if it ends with betrayal like this. I thought I was happy, but I was just being made to think so, right? Were you planning to take George away from me eventually? Once he grew up enough not to need his mother? No, I never thought that when a boy was born. I don't like boys. They're not cute and they defy me. If it had been a girl, maybe I would have considered taking her. But it was a boy, and I don't need him. So, you lost interest when you found out I was having a boy. Looks like you understand. I never had any interest from the start. You were just a convenient woman at the time. All that talk about loving and cherishing you was all lies. But no one knows I'm like this, right? So after you leave, don't go saying unnecessary things. That's none of your concern. What happens to me and George is none of your business, right? So, don't complain about anything I do from now on. You suddenly get so bold, but you can't do anything without me. That's right. You couldn't even scold me without Dad. You can't be a mother. You don't even have anywhere to go. You should have begged and cried to Dad. But Dad won't help you anyway. Fine, I get it. But no complaints about where I set up the tent, okay? I'm leaving this house as you said. There's no point in me and George staying here. We won't be happy. Thank you for everything till today. So, take care. I turned around, packed what I needed, and got back into the car. From inside the house, I could hear their laughter. This is not the end. The next day. Finally, that annoying one is gone. I always hated how she acted like a mother. No one can be my mother. She should at least be cuter than me before saying such things. Yeah. I've never seen anyone cuter than Michelle. I'll protect Michelle alone from now on. I thought about finding another woman to take care of Michelle, but I changed my mind. It's just a waste of time and money. Come on, Dad. You shouldn't say that where people from work can hear you. We're closer to your workplace from here, so let's keep it to ourselves at home. I'm happy you care about me. Michelle is so mature for a 6th grader, noticing things like that. Okay, I've reached work now, so I'll talk to you tonight. Make sure you work hard on your studies. Hey, isn't it noisy outside the company? Yeah, it really is. What's going on? There are so many people. Maybe something happened at your company, Dad. Damn, what a hassle. Just when I was about to enjoy life with Michelle. Who is it this time? It looks interesting, so I'm going to check it out too. Maybe I can help if there's a problem. Michelle, you're so kind. Alright, let's go together then. Excuse me, coming through. I work at this company. Wait, what? Why is there a tent in my company's parking lot? Hey, I don't want to think it, but isn't that the tent of that woman? No way. That can't be. She doesn't have the guts to do something like this. And she doesn't have the money for such a fancy tent. Sorry for setting up a tent here. But I have nowhere else to go. My family home is long gone, and I have no one else to rely on. I thought this place, being busy, might be safer. Hey, Dad! Isn't that? Yeah, it's Amelia. Why is she here? I kicked her out. She shouldn't have anywhere to go. I'm really sorry. It's a huge inconvenience, but could you let me stay just a little longer? I'm looking for a place to live and will leave as soon as I find one. I and my son have nowhere else to go. Dad, what are we going to do? If that woman stays here, you can't work properly. It's okay. No one at work knows about her. If I ignore her, no one will notice. Sure, I have to pass by that tent, but I can do it when she's not outside. Don't worry, it won't be noticed. Good morning, Mark. Why are you standing there like that? And good morning to you too, Michelle. You two look close as always. Oh. Cynthia. Good morning. Just wondering why there's a crowd in the parking lot. Nothing serious. I'll be heading in now. You better not get involved with those people, they seem a bit crazy. Come on, Michelle, you'll be late for school. Let's go. Okay. But, Dad. Who's that lady? How does she know my name? Who? That's Cynthia, my boss. A respected senior, liked by everyone. Michelle, you met her when you were much smaller, right? I met Michelle when she was really little, maybe just once. She was still being carried by Mark back then, so she might not remember. That's right. You see, Michelle, be polite now. Sorry, she's not very thoughtful. It's okay, dear. She's grown up so much, becoming more and more like her mother. What? Hey, Dad! She's scary! What's going on? How does she know about Mom? You said nobody at work knows Mom. Nobody knows if I look like Mom. Now, calm down, will you? If you get so upset, you'll ruin your beautiful look, the beauty like your mother. Don't be in such a hurry, you'll find out everything in time. Maybe not sooner, but today. No. What are you talking about? Who are you? You just show up out of nowhere and said I look like Mom, it's so weird. I've had enough of this. Dad, I'm off to school. Yeah. Take care. Oh, Mark, you are so kind to Michelle. Why don't you show that kindness to your wife? What are you talking about? What do you know about us, Cynthia? It's none of your business who I'm nice to. Don't even meddle in the affairs of other people's homes. I've had enough of you complaining about me at work. Oh, you're talking so loud. I don't know anything. Did I hit the nail on the head by being so loud? You know, you're the center of attention because you yelled so loud. Do you really want to yell at me, a senior, in front of this many people? Damn, what the hell? Shit. Michelle! You're done here, get the hell out of here and go to school. I'll take care of it, get the hell out of here. Oh, no. This is a family matter, isn't it? You can't bring family problems into the company. If you don't want to get involved in your family matter, you need to get it straightened out. You need to settle the matter, then, don't you? What's the matter with you? That's enough. You want me to put my family problems behind me. I don't want to be told by you, who's divorced once. Just get the hell out of here, Michelle. Well, okay. No, you can't do that. I'll never let you go. Hey, Amelia? You need Michelle to listen to you, don't you? No way. That has nothing to do with Amelia. I have nothing to do with that woman anymore. Exactly. Cynthia's right, it's not only about Mark, but also about Michelle. I need to have them listen together. Oh, I knew it was you. It's surprising you thought you could hide it from us. So many people are watching. Did you really think you could tell them that you weren't involved with that all along? That's too bad. I know what kind of person you are. Did you really think no one knew? Oh no. No one knows anything about me. I've been doing well for a long, long time. There's no way they can find out now. You're right, it's not now they've found out about you. People have known what kind of person you are for a long time. We also knew that you kicked your ex-wife out of the house because of your selfishness. Why? Why do you even know all that? I've been hiding it from people for so long, and they've all been fooled for so long. It's not my fault, it's all my ex-wife and Amelia's fault. That's true. Everything is my fault. I was the one who couldn't stop George's crying at night, and I was the one who was cheated all along. It's not Mark's fault at all. Hear that? See, even that woman says she was wrong. I think everyone was deceived by you. Cynthia, you pretend to be a good person, but you're a black-hearted person, aren't you? You told everyone that you're that kind of person. Yes, you're right. Maybe I'm as black-hearted as you say. But you're the only one who didn't know this. Everyone else knows I'm like this. Besides, I told them you were a scumbag. They tried to kick you out, but I stopped them. You have Michelle, and you don't want her to end up on the street, do you? That's why I kept you where you were. Don't be selfish. You kept me where I was? How dare you talk to me like that? Did I ask you to do that? I know you didn't ask me to, but I can tell by the look on your face. You've always tried so hard not to be disliked by everyone. When will they find out you're a bum, or will you be able to get away with it? Did you feel comfortable living with that kind of fear? At least from my point of view, you seemed pretty uptight. Shut up. It's none of your business how I live. How do you know what's going on in my house? Maybe you went out of your way to find out what I'm up to? If that's the case, it's too creepy. How desperate are you? You wouldn't want me to leave this company, would you? Are you having fun trying to get rid of me like that? Do I enjoy doing that? I'll say it right back to you. Do you enjoy kicking out people who care about you? What do you want with your ex-wife and Amelia? You haven't ever even dreamt that you are doing something terrible, have you? I said that's none of your business. It's my life, so how I live it is my business. Rather than that, I want to know how you know about my personal life. How did you know I kicked my ex-wife out? It's simple. Your ex-wife and my sister are just good friends. She worked at a beauty salon, right? My sister is the owner of that salon. That's why I know the story. It's nothing to go out of my way to tell you, so I've kept quiet about it. I didn't think you were capable of such a terrible thing, so even after the divorce, I didn't mention it because I thought it was between individuals after all. But it's just unthinkable for me to kick out your second wife, too. Besides, Amelia, George was just born, right? Do you know how hard it is to raise a child by yourself? Even if you had taken Michelle in, it would have been your parents who would have raised her. You only took care of her when you went out on your days off. And when you came back home, you just laid around, didn't you? How can you say that you are raising your child in a respectable way? You only pretend to do the good parts of parenting and leave the bad parts to others. You married Amelia because you wanted to replace your old mother, didn't you? Didn't you marry Amelia because you couldn't take care of her yourself? Wow, that's amazing. It's like she sees through everything. What? It's not like she sees through everything. After all, this old hag is just saying what she wants to say. What do you know about me? You don't know anything, so don't get involved. I'll sue you for defamation of character. If you can sue me, just sue me. I'm recording what I heard, too. I thought this might happen again. Your ex-wife got a share of the property, but you can't do that now, can you? You still had a lot of money to spend before you married Amelia, didn't you? Amelia is kind, so I don't think she would have tried to force you to collect. That's why I removed obstacles in her way. Not only for Amelia's sake, of course, but also for the sake of sweet George. Don't keep doing unnecessary things. From the start, this one being here is basically what she wanted, right? Amelia should have just stayed at a hotel nearby. Why didn't she just stay at a nearby hotel? She went to the trouble of coming to my work to harass me. I told her to come here because this is where people can see you for what you really are. You have a nice face, but they need to see how bad you are as a human being. We shouldn't let anyone be fooled by you again. That's how many people will be unhappy, right? We have to prevent the misfortunes that can be prevented. But that doesn't mean you have to do this terrible thing. What did my dad do to you guys? It's none of your business what happens to that woman. You're all just a bunch of jerks being mean to my dad. You're disgusting. Say whatever you want. I still won't forgive him. I'm glad I got Amelia's contact information beforehand. I was surprised when he brought her all the way here to show off to everyone. Don't worry, Amelia. You are still young and can start over as much as you want. Not all men are this terrible. I am sure there will be someone who will love you and George too. Until the day you meet someone like that, be patient a little longer. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I relied on Cynthia when I was kicked out. From now on, I will try not to be pushed around by men like this. Why are you trying to end on a good note? It's none of your business. You guys may think you've done it. I have Michelle. What if I lose my job because of this? Who's going to protect Michelle's life? Can you guys take responsibility for that? Are you going to raise Michelle for me? When you're in a tight spot, you become extremely loud. It's disgraceful for a grown man. That's a complete shift of responsibility. It's all your fault that things turned out this way in the first place, isn't it? When you moved out of the house, Amelia told you not to complain no matter where she put up her tent. So you have no right to complain. Besides, I heard you slammed down the divorce papers. How can you still act like you're her family? It's up to others to do what they want, isn't it? I know you haven't filed the papers yet, but in your mind, the relationship is over. You should be prepared to pay up child support. Dad, what's going to happen to us? Will I get separated from you? It'll be fine, Michelle. I'll take care of it. Hey, you. You guys who are listening to me, too. There's this girl who needs me so much, and you're going to pull her away from me all the way. As human beings, think about how arrogant you're being. Michelle's still in elementary school. And yet you make her leave her father. How dare you talk to us like that? Who took the child from your ex-wife? Who took George's father away from you? You chose all of this for yourself, didn't you? It's okay for you to do it, but you don't want others to do it to you? Didn't you learn that you shouldn't do to others what you don't want them to do to you? I'm sure that's how most people learn, but maybe it's a different culture. You may pretend to be brilliant, but in the end, you're selfish. If you're good at what you do, surely you can work anywhere, right? Well, though I'm sure that wherever you go, you'll soon show your true colors. Damn! What the hell? Why are you so hostile to me? What did I do to you? I didn't cause you any trouble. That's why. It's not my problem. But I can't watch it. I'm a woman and a mother. I know how hard it is to not be able to see your children or to have to raise them by yourself. That's why I want to help those close to me who are having a hard time. I know it's meddlesome, but it would be nice if I could help someone. That's what's motivating me this time. But that doesn't mean But that doesn't mean it's fair to do it this way. I'm the only one who's bad, and everyone is blaming me. Don't you think about me getting hurt? How can you say such a thing after hurting so many people? Everyone has already seen what you really are. But don't worry, they'll be nice to you. Because they're adults. Sometimes you have to lie to yourself to get along with others. They all understand that, so don't worry. No matter how much they dislike you, they'll always smile at you. No. I can't stand that. All this time they've been so nice to me, they've been lying to me. The truth is, they just laughed at me, I was just a clown. I'm quitting this company. Don't regret it when I'm gone. Do as you like. The president is just there, and why don't you talk to him about it? I don't think anyone will stop you. Well, I'm sure you won't get a decent job wherever you go. Mark was so deeply frustrated that he ran away from the place with tears in his eyes. Later, Cynthia told me that Mark had resigned from the company just like that. Thank you so much, Cynthia. It's okay. Don't worry about it at all. We should help each other in times of need. I think I would have been on the street if you weren't here, Cynthia. You lent me your tent and introduced me to this place. I didn't know there was a shelter for single mothers in the next town over. Yeah, I don't make a big show of it. It's best if people around you can support you in this way. I couldn't do anything for his ex-wife, but I'm glad I was able to help you. How do you feel at home here? Are you getting along with everyone? Yes. Now that things have finally settled down, I think it's time to start looking for a job. I'm glad George isn't too much of a crier. George is really a good boy. I hope he will be happy in the future. Of course, it's not just George, but you too, Amelia. Thank you very much. We will be happy together. That's the spirit. Michelle was placed in an institution and seems to be happy there. She was always so protective of her father, but maybe she saw things for the first time when she was away from him. Mark seems to be having a hard time finding a job. I see. I'm glad I was able to recover at least George's child support. Yeah. It's not something that you should be worried about. It's all his fault. Well, I'm sure Michelle will be fine, and you should be happy. I'm going to raise George with the help of others. I hugged George tightly and promised myself again.